It's not only exciting, but it is fantastic to be here again. Oh, I say fantastic because you don't know the elasticity of how your life has been prolonged. There is an elasticity. For those of you who did economics now, you know what I'm saying. All right, an elongation, right? And it is not everybody that has the privilege to enjoy this elasticity. I like the way it sounds. Almost sounds like electricity, but it's just that we don't see much of that around. We're just hoping that with the rains pouring down, even though it doesn't seem as though the rain is going to be a continuous thing, because the meteorological department had only predicted 3 days, and for some reason Abuja is included in, well, it's not like we included before, but Abuja just found out that we are experiencing what the meteorological department had predicted for some states, in the northern region as well as some in the south region. But yeah, rain fell yesterday. If it didn't fall where you are, don't worry. Keep your fingers crossed. Stay hopeful. It should fall maybe tonight, right? But today is supposed to be the third and the last day for that feat, and some of us already saying, oh, we wish it continues just at night and stops in the morning. That's the type of rain we love. Don't you love that type of rain? Because I do. I do love it. But anyways, there was 5 minutes gone past the hour of 7 on the AM side, and this is your morning booster. If you like, you want to hear it as a morning tonic, oh yeah, that's what we do. We bring it on here and serve you the right dosage, right? The right prescription. So we are not going out of prescription, or neither are we going out of dosage, right? It's just the right one. All right, Eagles Morning Rises breakfast show is how we like to see it. It comprises of a couple of segments that are very well thought of to allow for you to have a great morning rise sensation, right? Okay, so it's already begun. Apologies, though. The Eagles news flash could not come your way this morning, but don't worry. Don't worry about it, because at exactly 10 o'clock, or is it? Yeah, we'll be giving you the general open banter. And of course, at 11 o'clock, you never know what may come. But of course, 8 o'clock will be the time for Vic, Sports Minister on Radio, to take you on sports on Eagles Wings right on here. And 7, which is now, is the pages, right? We'll look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers and bring you up to speed with what's going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. But at exactly 9:55, right? We would break transmission on here just to give you the news, the business news. Oh, what were you thinking? No, we're not breaking transmission just because we're leaving. Nah, we are breaking transmission because we've got to observe protocol, and that would be Eagles business news. All right, coming up at 9:55. Okay, so that being said, let me greet you in a way that I know how to. I'm riding solo this morning, by the way. Yes. Okay, let's get into it. Okie dokes. Okay. All right. Inakwana Karo Otutuama Agife Olodudu. In my dialect, I would say Amesiere. And in Isoko, right? It will be Imamurelkel. And since Cassie has also been a part of the Morning Rise now, you'll be hearing a lot more from her. They say it's Undeve. Okay. I think I should give a bell to that one. Undeve. If I didn't get it correctly, please teach me and I shall learn. Okay, let's jump into the basic things that you ought to know. But have I told you my name just yet? And have I greeted you in the language that everybody understands? Una, good morning. My name is Udwag Daniel. Let's get you into some things that you ought to know this morning. Oh, pretty much going on right here. And, okay, taking you straight into it. Straight into it now. Wait for it. All right, we should know that the federal government has confirmed that crude and refined product sales in Naira initiative will continue as a national policy. Oh, This assurance was contained in the official X, that's formerly Twitter, handle of the Federal Ministry of Finance on Wednesday morning amid growing inquiries about the status of the policy. So, Naira product sales in Naira. So the Naira for crude thingy is going to work. It's going to be a, what do they call it? How do they call it? National policy. I like, but we hope that there will be no blockade in the way because you know how these things go sometimes. Now, this is not me being pessimistic, though. I'm very optimistic, and I trust that the minister, Wale Adun, will do the needful. But presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi, says the poverty in the land has assumed a worse dimension, such that those offering him things in the past now beg him for assistance. Speaking at the National Executives Committee meeting and expanded stakeholders summit of his party at a certain hotel in Abuja on here Wednesday, that would be, Obi said the time had come for Nigeria to be rescued. Who's going to rescue us, Obi? Now, I should take you on to some matters that concern the Labour Party now, where the Nigeria Labour Party, or the Nigeria Labour Congress, has directed its members to mobilize ahead of taking over offices of the Labour Party nationwide, following the Supreme Court's ruling that sacked Julius Abure as national chairman of the party. Now, in a statement by its president, Joe Ajero, the NLC directed the LP National Executive Committee to appoint an interim leadership which will conduct an inclusive special national convention for the party. Something, right? Well, I should let you in on the fact that the price of Bonny Light, Nigeria's premium oil grade, on Wednesday dropped by 5.09% to $59 per barrel in the global market at the backdrop of the ongoing ripples created by the tariff war that has followed the series of tariff hikes announced by the United States. Okay, 2 farmers have been killed by suspected herdsmen in 2 separate attacks in communities of Gwer West local government area of Benue State. Confirming the incident, Chairman of Gwer West Council, Victor Orming, who lamented the situation, disclosed that a young man was killed on Taraku Naka Road while trying to get roofing materials for his house. Now, another person was murdered along the Adoka Naka axis. Did they ever think they would be murdered when they left the house that morning? They never thought about that. But they found their lives being cut short just like that. Suspected herdsman, they call that. Perpetrating that one. But let's get on to this one now. Former President Muhammadu Buhari has advised those in leadership positions to attach more importance to the welfare of the people than their personal welfare. And some Nigerians are already asking, Buhari, when you were there, did you prioritize our welfare? Well, anyways, though, the former president also said that he left office as the president with the same physical assets he had before his election. What is it with this talk about? I left the office with the same thing. The only asset I have is this house in Kaduna State. What is this talk about this now? Come on. How is it helping Nigerians? That's what we know, what we're asking. What are those things you put on plain place to assist us, right? Because right now, Obi is already lamenting, saying the people who used to give him gifts. You know, sometimes they just say, Obi, how you day? Come on, just take this small 5 million or 10 million or 5 billion, whatever. They are now the ones asking for assistance. Obi, any way you can help us, we will be glad. Right. But well, let's get to this one here now. And still with the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, well, he said he left office. Okay. Well, he made that statement on Wednesday during an appearance on national television while addressing the possibility of a third political force. Excuse you? Excuse me. Well, the Ondo State Police Command has declared that the 3 headless bodies found floating in the river between Ore and Odibo communities on Sunday were likely dumped there by unidentified individuals from outside the state or carried to the location by the river's current. Okay. 3 headless bodies found floating. Right. They are floating. Residents of Igbe Alagemo in the Ogbobo local council development area of Ikorodu have raised the alarm over reported kidnappings and killings in the community. This was made known during a Save Our Soul protest, held on Tuesday at the council secretariat and the palace of the monarch in the community. Now, these residents now are raising alarm. They are talking about kidnappings and killings in the community. And if in the other end, we start hearing about certain peoples being mobbed, there will be talks about, what do they call it again? Jungle justice. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't always get me wrong. I'm always liking to see these things from the two sides now. They're screaming out. They're crying now. They're saying, save our soul. This kidnapping is too much. All I'm saying is, the military, I wouldn't call them, I would call the military. I mean, the military have debased themselves to the point that they now start looking into internal rancor, internal insecurity. So the military, the NSA, the CIA, all of them, all the ACE, even the police, NPF, we're calling on you now. Please, 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 please. Ikorodu seems to be on fire. Get there now, and just as they say, save our souls, save their souls. Right? Because I believe that one way or the other, if this community is saying save our soul, it means they're ready to come to what's that word? It came to my head and it left just now. They're ready to work with you. That's the point. To cooperate. Oh, that's the word. Cooperate with you in fishing out who these hoodlums, kidnappers and bandits will be. All right, so get on there and do the necessary. All right, now Ishekiri natives have shut down a 28,000 barrels per day oil production facility in Ogidigbe, Wari Delta State. Ogidigbe, all right. In a video released by television on Wednesday, now hundreds of Ogidigbe natives were seen protesting at the entrance of the facility. All right, it's not just in Ishekiri. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Delta State. I saw the story actually, and the story indeed might hinder or hamper the president's how many million barrels now he was looking at per day? Maybe 3 million. At some point, the president said 3 million barrels per day. I remember now. Yeah, it may not be possible with this kind of happening. But let's get on to the front page of Nigerian newspapers already. It's going to be a smart read, so stay with me now. Give your eyes, give your ears, to this very dial. Whether you are listening via your radio or your the radio in your phone, in your gadget, or you are watching across social media platforms where we are hosting this internationally accepted, nationally motivated, and globally rewarding television. Well, you're doing the right thing and you deserve this. Right, you deserve it. Now, you are watching, you want to match the voice with the face, with the studio, with the ambience, with everything. Okay. Well, I should give you the link, on YouTube where you can subscribe already. Start subscribing right now. Start watching right now and start leaving comments in the comment section. And I will be there to read your comments. All right. On YouTube, we are at Eagles FM Abuja. Eagles FM Abuja. On Facebook, it is at Eagles FM Abuja. Give it a like, give it a following, leave a comment. I keep saying that. Spread the Eagles wings across every other social media platforms now, as you know it, TikTok, X, and Instagram, or the Gram, if you like, at Eagles FM Abuja, and engage. The Nation newspaper now, I'm looking at it. It's looking right back at me, the big story. Return of Naira for crude deal raises stable petrol price hope. Okay, return of Naira for crude deal raises stable petrol price hope. I say yay to this one now. It's got one rider to it. Policy now permanent for energy security and to reliance on forex in domestic markets. Oh, I love this story now. The story continues on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. Just above the Nation newspaper banner now. Nenadi, NLC, Apapa, battle for grip of LP with Abure. All right, page 4, you'd find the story. And to page 2, just above the Nation newspaper banner now, Edun seeks intra-Africa trade to survive tariff regimes. Okay, page 2. To page 7, still at the top now, NGX Group approves 4.4 billion Naira dividends for shareholders. Oh, really? Really now? Okay, let's see this one here now. Okay, 28,000 barrels per day oil terminal shut by protesters. Can I take that again? Okay, I should. 28,000 barrels per day oil terminal shut by protesters. It's got one rider to it now. Row over redrawing of wards in Warri deepens. All right, that story continues on page 2 as well. Page 2 is looking very popular now. At the base of the Nation newspaper, now you'd see this one. Trump holds 90-day break on tariffs for Nigeria. Others raises China's to 104%. Really? I should take it again. Trump holds 90-day break on tariffs for Nigeria. Others raises China's to 104%. Page 37. Okay, Trump, hope you know what you're doing now. America first, he said. All right, let's get on to the Daily Trust newspaper now. The big story on the front page. Traffickers using digital platforms to lure Nigerians. All right, traffickers using digital platforms to lure Nigerians. Federal government is saying that now. It's got 2 riders to it. The first one, over 7,000 victims rescued in 2 years. NAPTIP is saying. Second rider, it's threat to national security. UNODC, Switzerland. They're saying that. That story continues on page 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Just to the chest region of the Daily Trust newspaper now, front page. Katsina Corridor of Debts. Katsina's Corridor of Debts. Really? Did I read it wrongly? Katsina's Corridor of Debts. Multiple debts. Katsina. It's Corridor of Debts. All right, well, you find that one on page 4, though. Let's get to this one on page 35, I beg your pardon, I've got sharp eyes. How U.S.-China trade war will impact Nigeria. The big dogs. The big dogs. All right, now you should see this one on page 18. Nigeria is collapsing. Which Nigeria? Is it this one? OB is saying that one, though. Nigeria is collapsing. I see this one on page 14. Concerns over CPC bloc's potential exit from APC heighten. Concerns over CPC bloc's potential exit from APC heighten. All right, to this one here on page 8. Marketers welcome full implementation of Naira for crude policy. I welcome it too. I can't stop ringing the bell for that one, but let's move away from the Daily Trust newspaper and bring you up to speed with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. In case you're just tuning in for the first time and listening in for the very first time, well, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio, visual, radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. Take that experience to the bank, and you never know what you might find. Well, I see this big story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Ibas under fire over appointment of local government administrators in Rivers. Page 4, you'd find that story. It's got 2 riders to it now. The first one, PDP accuses National Assembly of abdicating oversight role on administrator. Second rider, Ibas in order. Tinubu gave him blanket check, Okorie says. All right, that story, page 4. Let's go see it for ourselves. I see this one here. Federal government's Chinese firm seal deal on 328 billion US dollar power transmission lines. Federal government, China firm, not China, or Chinese firm if you like. Federal government, Chinese firm, seal deal on 328 billion US dollars power transmission lines. Did we not also see the EU saying that we're going to support us with, is it 300 billion US dollars as well? So much money, too much money for the power sector. I'm hoping that these things will just get better this time. No excuses, no excuses. Page 7, you'd find the story. Lassa fever. Ondo, Bauchi, Edo remain epicenter, NCDC says. Lassa fever, Ondo, Bauchi, Edo remain epicenters, NCDC says. Page 19. Anambra 2025 is a kicker now. Tinubu won't trade me off for Soludo. All right? Tinubu won't trade me off for Soludo. Ukachuku is saying that. Page 16 you'd find. To page 6 now. Nigeria posts 6.83 billion US dollar balance of payment surplus in 2024, CBN says. And to page 10, leadership, an opportunity to serve. not self-enrich, Buhari tells APC governors. I hope they'll hear. I hope they'll listen to you, Buhari. But yeah, you see this one now on page 10. To page 7 now, Trump announces 90-day pause on tariffs, except for China, which they raised to 104%. What has China got on Trump? Or what has Trump got on China? Just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, Labour Party is the kicker. One party, three chairmen. Listen to that. One party, three chairmen. It's got 4 riders to it now. Oti faction passes vote of confidence on Nenadi. Second rider, parallel neck, extends olive branch to Abure's NWC. Another faction leader, Apapa, lays claim to leadership. NLC threatens to repossess Labour Party offices nationwide. Page 11. And this one, the story that gladdens my heart every time. Page 6, you'd find federal government resumes Naira for crude deal. Pump price of petrol may drop. What is the may for? But the Guardian newspaper has got a better story now. The big story towards resilient economy amid tariffs. That is the kicker. CBN craves fiscal authority support. Bets on stronger reserves surplus. Towards resilient economy amid tariffs, CBN craves fiscal authorities support. Bets on stronger reserves surplus. Page 6, you'd see that one. Dixon hinges Benue Plateau killings on state failure. Dixon says the states, they failed. When you say state failure, you're talking about the CSO of that state, Chief Security Officer of that state. Oh, they failed. That's what Dixon's saying now. Page 29 has got that story. Dangote may sell petrol in Naira as federal government restores Naira for crude initiative. Page 3 has got that story. U.S.-China trade war escalates as EU exerts pound of flesh. Page 3, you'd find that one looking popular now. Abure, Usman, Apapa tighten grip on LP leadership. Worsen parties' woes. Alrighty, this one on page 6 you'd find. European Union advises Nigeria to elect leaders through ballots, not courts. So even the EU have recognized that now we now vote people or elect people into offices through courts. Okay, so they say, please go back to ballots, Pico. Leave the courts out of this. Page 4, you'd find that one. Ishekiri vowed to shut more oil facilities over ward delineation in Warri. Page 7, it's got that story. All right, away from the Guardian now to the Vanguard newspaper. Stay with me now, stay with me. The big story with the Vanguard newspaper now. Nigeria, others face uncertainty economic outlook. All right, Nigeria, others face uncertain economic outlook. All right, Nigeria, others face uncertain economic outlook. It's got a couple of writers to it now. Nigeria needs economic sovereignty. Now, see, my boss is saying that Nigeria failed to pursue national development. NESG CEO is saying that economy can't solely run on market principles. Muda Yusuf is saying that. Manufacturers spend 40% of their revenue on energy. Some other person is making that statement. ICANN kicks against borrowing for recurrent expenditure. ICANN, right? They just surface from nowhere, and they're kicking against borrowing for recurrent expenditure. That story you'd find on pages 10 and 11. That's to show you how serious that story is now. Court order is the kicker. Pandef, lawyer, CSOs kick. Others kick as IBAS appoints local government administrators in Rivers. Page 5, you'd see that story. Okay, and to this one here, Naira for crude deal continues. Federal government says, I like. Page 19, election cases, appeal court, president, INEC, others seek constitutional review. All right, election cases is the kicker now. Appeal court, president, INEC, others seek constitutional review. Page 8, and just above, you know, the Vanguard newspaper banner now, the top, the apogee, the peak, the height, right? Crude oil prices or crude oil price crashes puts federal government revenue target in jeopardy. Oh, page 19 now, you'd find that one. And any other story now? For the sport lovers, under 20 AFCON, Flying Eagles return to Abuja to intensify preparations. All right, you'd find that one on page 44 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, away from the Vanguard newspaper now to the very last one that will be bringing to your audiovisual consciousness. I'm looking at the Punch newspaper. It's looking right back at me. Just to the side of the Punch newspaper, you'd find the story on page 2. Rivers administrator under fire over local government electoral chiefs removal. Rivers administrator under fire over local government electoral chiefs removal. All right, page 2. It's got that story. Big story now on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Fuel prices may fall as FEC renews Naira for crude deal. Well done, FEC. Federal government. Well done. I keep liking. I mean, this probably seems to be the best I've heard this morning. Dangote and NPCL expected to review prices this week. Okay, marketers are saying that. All right, we wait to see that. Well, page 2 has got that story. LP splits into 3 factions as Apapa declares self-chair. Oh, Apapa says, I am the chair for the Labour Party. There is nothing anybody's going to tell me. Page 24, you'd find that one. Brain drain is a kicker now. Nigeria loses 14 point... Oh, I beg your pardon. Brain drain as the kicker. Nigeria loses 14,815 nurses, midwives to UK. Wow. Okay. Just yesterday we saw about 16,000, I think, in how many years now? Doctors that we have, medical personnel, just doctors, I guess. Now, a report is out again, 14,815 nurses and midwives. We just lost them to the UK just like that. Page 32 has got that story. I'm saddened by happenings in America. Shoinka is saying that, all right? You should be saddened about what's going on in Nigeria more. But anyways, he says, I'm saddened about what's going on in America. All right? Wale Shoinka, of course, the professor, you know him. The Nobel laureate, yes. Page 32 has got that story. To page 3, right? No increase in my fiscal assets after presidency, Buhari says. Okay, page 3. Did you declare your assets the first time? Did you also declare your assets when you're leaving? Okay, just saying. Tinubu hails Jim Ovia, okay, after prestigious London honor. Oh, that's something. Well done, Jim Ovia. Page 42 has got that story. And that will be the end for the front pages, but not the end to your thoughts, because I really want to hear what you've got to say about some of these stories making the headlines this morning. But first off, I need to get out here and go on a recess, just as our National Assembly would do. But don't worry, this recess won't take so long. I'll be back in a bit.
You ready for this?
Keep that frequency clear.
We're live. I woke up with a Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
Abuja, you're in luck. It's the upgrade promo from my Abuja Home Limited for their Broadwater estate and plots in Gwagwalada. Get 250 square meter for just 700k when you make an outright payment. That's a whopping 81% discount, or go premium with 500 square meters for only 1 million naira. That's 80% of the original price of 5 million naira. With our authentic FCT land document, you have no issues at all. We have a flexible payment plan for up to 12 months for your convenience. Get your land in Broadwater Estate, Paiko, Gwagwalada now, with green environment, accessible roads, power supply, guaranteed security, and lots more. Call or WhatsApp my Abuja Home on 0808 883 7426, 0808 883 7426, or 0808 272 3824, 0808 272 3824. Hurry now, promo ends soon. These opportunities also open to military personnel. My Abuja Home Limited. Affordable. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
This is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. This is the page, as you like to call it, the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Breakfast Show. Yes, 33 minutes gone past the hour of 7. And yes, it's a Thursday, the 10th of April, 2025. Okay, giving you the numbers in case you didn't have the numbers before. But yes, if you are new, not because you're very new, but because you need to identify yourself with Eagles, with the family, you should call this number right now, 0907 353 0044. The other number, 0908 766 8888. WhatsApp portal number 0909 705 4450. As you also put your thoughts out, go straight to the point, and let's not dilly dally. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yudi.
Good morning to you, Moses.
It's Moses.
Yes.
Thank you. How was the weather?
Lovely. The weather is lovely, Moses. Where are you calling from? Suleja, right?
Yeah, from Suleja.
Awesome. All right, let's get into it. Yeah.
We're expecting rain yet. We have not experienced rain yet.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry. It's going to come. It's going to come. Right.
But I saw you ringing bell for the rain.
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, my goodness, Moses. It was beautiful. Talk to us, Moses.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a prayer. Crude oil is now to be sold on Naira continuously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good one. And there are places as a national policy.
Exactly.
So they should mark that word, national policy.
Mm-hmm.
So all this, how do they call it, martials of this, they should not interrupt that decision by the government.
Right.
Because what they will do, Nigerians have suffered so much on this issue of fuel increase, and every system of our economy is attached to that crude oil.
Mm-hmm.
They should do a thing that will make Nigerians from the suffering. Yes. Buhari advised people in government to govern well, to alleviate people from this suffering. I remember when I heard this headline this morning, I said, wow. But he has been in that position before, where people are alleviated from suffering.
Right.
I think when people are commenting that we are suffering, they say, please be patient, be patient. So we are patient in suffering down till almost 8 years he has sat. So now he has sat down to see the ruling of this country. So I don't know why if people are on position, they may not see the suffering of people or acknowledge what people are going through after they have dropped before they begin to see.
All right, Moses. For once of time, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that people on the government, it's an advice. But one thing I know is that when you are in government, do well. That when you drop, people are praising.
Mm-hmm.
I read my case. Thank you.
Appreciate Moses. You're right. Right there. When you are in power, please do the needful, okay? Don't come and advise us when you left. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Judy.
Yes, please.
And good morning to our highly esteemed listeners and callers. Judy, this is Felix from Lambert.
Oh, Felix, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Judy, please, now I know what has happened to our days. What problem is it that the is all about?
No.
It's about to happen and you're not inviting us.
Oh, no, please. Oh, no, come on, man. Come on. No, that's not it. just don't worry. You get to hear her tomorrow, all right? But she's going to be around still.
My and greetings to her, too.
Yes.
And our sister, Cassandra.
Right. Cassie, right. Okay, Cassandra. Okay, awesome.
Thank you very much.
Talk to us.
Buhari now telling us how much he has and how much he does not have. It's not important to us. Buhari has given us enough and applied to us enough. So he cannot come now as a former president to tell us that he's less than 1 billion, he's less than 2 billion. No. He has enriched himself and enriched his family. We are okay. We are contented in the situation we will find ourselves, where he made us to be now. The pain, the suffering we are going through. And he's a comfort to us and promised to continue from where he stopped. And he has taken off from where he stopped. All right, no problem. God is watching and God will come to our help.
Right.
Talking about labor, you can see how Nigerian politicians are. Because of the personality of people in that party, they're already fighting for position. You wonder what will happen if people be going under labor tomorrow now. You see that the same politicians that have been doing all this, they will continue. Nigerian politicians, there is no difference anywhere. So I would ask people to be pleased to look for a party that can match and people of like mind and then promote himself there. EU telling you that ballot doesn't work in Nigeria anymore. It is that is working, and it's who has fat pockets that wins election through court. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, appreciate that one from Felix. All right, so ballot doesn't work. All right, EU, you better know that. Good morning.
Thank you, Barrister. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning to you, Obasanjo.
It's Aluta Senator Obasanjo calling you from Nigeria this morning.
Okay, talk to us about Obasanjo.
Thank you, Barrister.
Yes, please.
Plenty things where the other people don't talk, and the newspaper headline we don't carry. It's a one-man show, like what Peter Obi said. All of us were seeing it with our two eyes. Mr. President promised us CNG cars. Today, I was in Abuja last 2 weeks with some of the looters and SUGs. I'm telling you, we check on these things. But where is the CNG that the president promises Nigerians? That the removal of oil subsidy will provide this. We will provide support to the poor ones in this country. No one. So that to tell you, it's a lie government. Right from the initial, when Buhari took office in 2015, from Buhari down to date, I am telling you, Barrister, it's a lie from the state to the local government, the election, so from the ward down to the local government, down to the state, to the federal. All is like, you now see the EU are now telling Nigerians the election won by the ballot, not by the court. If the ballot will be speak, then who is talking about the court? Where are we practicing this democracy? Does they went to the court will now nullify, or the court will now give the mandate? A governor who has been elected as a governor has been removed by the single one-man show. It's a problem in our country. So everybody, if you like, wake up. If you don't even like, don't wake up. We'll keep sleeping. If you are from North, wake up.
Let me ask you. Hope you'll come out to vote 2027.
Why not now?
Okay.
Why not?
That's all.
Do you know my duty in school?
I understand.
My duty in school is to make
Obasanjo, for want of time, I just wanted to ask that question.
Thank you.
Okay, Obasanjo. Obasanjo can be a handful. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Yes, good morning to you, GB.
My name is GB from Lifetime.
Awesome. Talk to us, GB.
Obi say Nigeria is collapsing. What do you expect to hear from opposition leader? But Obi should look inward. If El Labour Party is collapsing under his nose and is not aware of it, then it shows that it's not fit to rule Nigeria. Labour Party is collapsing. Now we don't even know who is the leader there. We don't know a member of NWC. We don't know a number of NEC. Abure is claiming to be the chairman of the party. Then now Usman is saying that he's the head of the committee, monitoring steering committee.
OT.
Yesterday, Apapa came here and said, no, everyone is dissolved. I'm the one in charge. The fight I just started, now for fight. I'm telling you, Rofo, you know the Rofo fight? We want to see. So we should go and make Labour Party to stand, not to collapse. It should leave Nigeria alone for now.
Right.
Let him show the capacity he has, the metal he has to be able to sustain. He cannot manage a party, not to manage Nigeria with a multinational problem and challenges and the complexity. No, I don't think he's ready for Nigeria. And then the petrol to Naira, the crude to Naira petrol something, is a welcome development.
Right.
But still, I'm thinking by now, the price will even drop further because the crude is about $65 now. I mean, after January, it was about 70, 75. So by now, we should be having petrol sold around 500 to 600 Naira now. I think the government should do something. We want to see the reflect in the price of the commodity.
Right.
Want to see reflect. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that one from you, GB. All right, and just to also let you in on the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's removal of fuel subsidy on May 29, 2023 will always be remembered, I mean, for its audacity. The president himself will be in history books for his uncommon courage. But then there has been also talks less than 2 years later, the alternative steadily paying off not only for motorists and transporters, but also for businesses and households, right? Now, there has been talks where the president said commercial vehicles accounted for more than 80% of the nation's petrol demand and daily consumption. So he noted that instituting a more affordable and reliable alternative with gas would create a new lease of life, reduce the cost of living, and cut the corruption in petrol subsidies. So he also cited countries like India using CNG as a mandatory, for all commercial vehicles since 2004, right? And all of that. Well, we also saw some time later where the president, as of August 12, 2024, unveiling, CNG buses in Abuja, right? So, he stated that, CNG transportation is an economic necessity for Nigeria, and it will signal a significant shift in the country's approach to public, transportation and all of that. Yeah. And sometime still in August, though, 30 donated CNG buses or powered buses were given to, the government, right? CNG powered buses, right, were given to the government. So, I mean, there are CNG buses. If you've not just come across one, well, maybe that's just on you. Maybe we need more of the CNG buses, right? And if we have not also come across one, maybe the president, through the relevant agencies, they need to come out now and indeed let us know where these CNG buses are so that Nigerians can indeed benefit from it. Because as the idea for the initiative was all about, it was to also reduce or ameliorate the cost of transportation. If that is not the case, as quite a number of family members are saying, that even the CNG buses, used commercially, are still taking the same prices as the, fuel-powered buses. What then would be our lot? Yeah, but let's get on to the WhatsApp or the Facebook first of all and see for ourselves what you are saying on Facebook. Keep in mind that you can find us an audiovisual radio experience on Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. Do the same for YouTube. Subscribe at Eagles FM Abuja. Right now, I see this one coming from Jojo TV. Jojo TV should be all the way from Lagos. Right now, he says, "Good to join you, watching you live." Thank you, Jojo TV. Appreciate that one. Also, Francis Ndamani watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Good morning. Distinguished analyst in the studio, he says, keep up the good work. All right, you too. Thumbs up to you too, also. And to this one coming from Richard Wisdom. He said, "Good morning this morning, barrister. What's happening in Nigeria?" Saying, "Will I no be pansa gaskia magana?" Okay, I don't know what that is though, but it sounds really funny. Pansa. Just funny. Kind of. But let's get to the WhatsApp portal now and see your messages. See a couple of messages. We'll start with the voice notes, and then of course we will jump into the messages as you have sent them, right? Okay, going with the voice note now. This should be from Dan from Kurudu, my namesake, by the way. Let's start off with him.
Good morning, Yudi. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Daniel from Kurudu. To me, I want to commend the sole administrator of Rivers State for appointing Ketika chairman, because he needs people to work with. But my advice for the Rivers people is that let them stand their ground. Let them monitor every kobo that is going to Rivers State covers. After 6 months, let the man be held accountable for every kobo and penny that he received from federal government and from the revenue that he has gotten from River people, how he used this money. Let him be accountable for. This is what I want Nigerians to do. We should hold our leaders accountable in every capacity. And to me, similarly for Bara, the suspended governor, if I were in his position, personally, I would have resigned. That is the best he can do for himself. Or let him be loyal to those that brought him to office. He never won an election through the mandate of the people. It was someone that brought him to office. And if he cannot be loyal to that person, let him just resign so that Rivers State will have peace. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
All right, appreciate that one from you, Dan, for all the way from Kurudu right there. Honorable Edwards, I still see that you're trying to put a recording through, but yeah, let's just get on with the messages now. And if time still permits, I would be taking your recording as it drops. Okay, so I see this one from Chinonso all the way from Suleja. He says, I now live on my rented apartment in Kaduna. Was his story the other day, and today he left office with the same physical properties, Buhari and melodrama, now like 5 and 6. The sole administrator in Rivers State is perfecting the plans while they put him there. Why they put him there? Udwak, please don't rejoice yet about the Naira for crude deals. Why not, Chinonso? He says, just remember this is Nigeria, and once it's Nigeria, anything can happen at any time. We wait and see, Chinonso from Suleja. Chinonso, come on now. Don't be pessimistic. Be optimistic for once. Well, you have always been, you've been optimistic sometimes, but I'm just saying, hey, add this one to your optimism, okay? I'm adding it because I want to believe it will be permanent, right? I said it's a permanence. It's coming. It's a national, Chinonso. Please, let it be permanent. All right, but yeah, I get your point, though. Let's move away from that now and see this one coming from Ago the Lion from FGE Local Goma. I hope I'm safe in the studio now that you are the lion. It says, good morning, UD. Good morning to you. It's cold this morning. Please help me beg Buhari to leave us alone. We don't want to hear from him again. All right, with a sad face. I guess he heard you. Or his people who are listening and would give him some feedback again. All right. Well, Samuel from Kujay says, all protocols duly observed. Yes, Samuel says, whatever the administrator is doing in River State has the backing of, has the backing of that one who appointed him. Okay, of the one who appointed him. Okay, I get that. If not, he will not have the guts and boldness to do what he's doing. Former president's advice is laughable. I rest my case. Have a great day, UD. Let me go and look for food for my family, Jerry. Please do so, my brother. Mbok, that is very important. Yes. Seeing this one here now is coming from Joseph Jojo, chatting from his room right now. That should be in Piakasa, if I'm not mistaken now. Joseph says, good morning, Udwak. Good morning to you. Just because of what Buhari said, I'm not going to office today. Joseph. It says, I want to reflect on the lies and why people lie. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. And he goes on to saying, just a quick one. The fight in Labour Party is being sponsored by someone just to make Labour Party imbalanced in 2027. I have my fact. Okay, you have your fact. I get it. All right, Joseph Jodo, please try and go to work. Mbok, go to work. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work. All right, statements don't pay your bills. All right, so go to work, my brother. All right, I see this one here now. Baz reporting from Dutse. Good morning, sir. UD. Good morning to you. On the Naira for crude deal, I think it's a welcome development for FEC to see it as national policy, but that's not enough. Crude for local consumption ought not to be for profit making by the government. Therefore, I want to plead with the FEC to go further and see how they can ensure the NNPCL and central bank gives Nigerian home refineries some consensus packages, like cheaper price different from what is being sold at the international markets, so that price of all crude commodities can further drop to like 400 naira. All right, what Nigerians are buying today is still very high, reflecting dollars denomination prices in pump prices of products in Nigeria. I get that, Abbas. Very well said. Seeing this one here is coming from Yusuf, all the way from Wusei 2. Yusuf is saying, good morning, UD. Good morning to you. FEC orders full implementation of Naira for crude deal, and I ask if they knew that Naira for crude was a policy with no expiry date. Why the back and forth of NNPCL and NUPRIC, that's NUPRIC, in the past 3 weeks? Quite agonizing, right, if you ask me, Yusuf. But he goes on to saying the motive definitely is selfish and unpatriotic. While America is looking inward by imposing tariffs on foreign goods entering the U.S., our leaders are looking outward for importation of refined petrol products that we have in excess here. It is unpatriotic to insist on dollar for crude when they knew that it will lead to upsurge in the demand for dollars and resultant devaluation of the naira. I advise our government to brace up for any possible increase in tariffs by other countries that we have a balance of trade deficit with. I also advise our government to look inwards, build our foreign reserve, and make the best use of our meager foreign earnings. Have a nice day. Yusuf will say too. All right, let's go take this one. I see this message now from Honorable Edwards finally dropped. Okay, let's go take this one here.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Edward from the Pope. I am fully in support of what the senator say, Senator Dixon. I have been asking this question, even here, even other radio stations. I keep on asking this question: why are our governors who are in charge of this state? What are they doing? I am directly affected. In a day, these people kill Fulani herdsmen. They were first confirmed Fulani herdsmen. They killed my people, six my family members, 6. Imagine what it means to you. And out now, my state, the governor of Bono State has not done anything about it. In fact, his advisor on security even said nobody was killed. Out now, some people are saying in the hospitals. So what are the state governors doing? I noticed something about opposition in Nigeria. They are fighting. They are not doing the work of opposition in Nigeria, and they expect to win election from APC. For where? They are busy fighting for party structure. They don't even know what is happening in government. They are not talking about the failure of the government, if there's any at all. APC will win there. Because they are not coordinating. What they are doing, they cannot face APC. APC will win there this election. Labour Party should continue, APC, continue, all of them continue fighting. They will not win this election. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, Honorable Edwards right there, laying his fears and concerns. Let's go see this one from BB.
Thank you very much. May I speak for you? We shall be well with them, shall be well with Nigeria. They are busy in 2027 election. May God reward them for good. This kiri is too much. We are begging our president. You get the power to do. You get the power to collect. Please save people children. God bless you.
All right, BB blessing right there. Oh, BB, I hope you're fine though, because your voice tone this morning scaring me. All right, I'm sure other family members would be agitated with the way you sound. You don't sound the way you used to. But anyways, BB, whatever it is, I get it. Is an appeal to Mr. President saying he has the power to stop this killings. Enough is enough. It gets to the point where you keep talking about one thing and then you are so weary of it, and then you just it feels like you're using your little strength, to just add your voice. BB, we will not stop talking, BB. And of course, this goes to you two listening to me. We would not stop. Challenging the government in a very, very cordial way. We would not stop. No, this is our country. Nobody taking it from us, right? It is our mandate, right? Regardless of what any politician or leader wants to tell you. Oh, it's my mandate, it's my whatever it is, during elections and all of that. No, it is your mandate. It is my mandate. It is our mandate. And it is for us to decide, all right? Not for a select few to decide. But I should wrap up with this message right here coming from Turkenby Hundu all the way from Nasarawa State. And Turkenby, thank you for your unfailing and unwavering, support and messaging and contribution. We see you, right? It says, we can all see Tinubu and Wike has a plan by using illegal state of emergency in Rivers State and suspension of Governor Fubara. Tinubu is biased and doing Wike's bidding. The solution, admin is not working to bring peace between the two, but his mission is clear: dismantle all the structures Fubara put in place and reinstall Wike's structure. Wike said Rivers State votes must be given to Tinubu by next election. APC federal government led don't value human life, he says, but value pipelines and next elections. Turkenby Hundu right there. All right, Turkenby, thank you for that. Well, we just want to state that the views expressed by contributors and has not been in any way, right, forced or enforced by Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Thank you far too kind, each and every one of us. 9 o'clock, I'll be right back here as we go conversational again. Political statements. What's his name again? Aline Dume, right? Making strong allegations right there. We'll look into that and we'll talk about it. Is it a matter of political conversation? Should we indeed mind the messenger and leave the message? Should we mind the message and leave the messenger? Should we mind them all together, the messenger and the message? Well, you'll find out at the 9 o'clock hour. But for 8 o'clock, Vic, I'm sure he's already on standby. It's going to be taking you sports on Eagles Wings. Don't go away.